For 2 years, Disney's Snow White remake has been surrounded by controversy. The film, reportedly costing over $250 million, has faced criticism from the moment it was announced. Yet Disney's marketing push only just started. And guess what? It's already backfiring. Recently, Rachel Zegler addressed the backlash surrounding the movie, saying she views it as passion for the character. However, fans immediately noticed that her statement almost directly mirrored Henry Cavill's famous remarks about toxic fandom. Whether intentional or not, this comparison didn't sit well with audiences. Many believe Zegler's previous comments about the 1937 original, calling the prince a stalker and dismissing the romance, contributed to the backlash in the first place. With the movie's delayed release and plummeting box office projections, it's clear Disney is scrambling to salvage what they can. But with Zegler's comments continuing to fuel controversy and fans remaining deeply skeptical about the film's direction, can this marketing campaign turn things around? For months, Snow White actress Rachel Zegler has been at the center of the controversy surrounding Disney's live-action remake. But now, with the film's marketing push finally underway, Zegler appears to be changing her tune. In a recent interview, Zegler responded to the backlash by saying she sees it as passion for the character. While this might seem like a neutral statement, fans quickly pointed out that it mirrors Henry Cavill's famous stance on fandom criticism. The difference? Cavill's words were seen as him defending the fans, whereas Zegler's comments come after months of dismissing the original Snow White, its themes, and even its beloved characters. Many now believe she's only making these statements to save the movie from a box office disaster. With Snow White's box office projections dropping and Disney canceling its UK premiere, it's clear that the studio is bracing for a tough release. But will this last-minute PR push be enough to win back fans? Or has the damage already been done? With only weeks left before Snow White hits theaters, Disney is scrambling to turn things around. Their latest strategy? A last-minute PR push featuring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot presenting at the Oscars. A recent interview, Zegler responded to fan criticism by saying she views it as passion for the character. While it's a good response on paper, many fans aren't buying it. They remember her past comments dismissing the original film's themes, claiming it needed to change and move away from being a love story. If Zegler had taken this new approach from the start, the backlash might have never grown this big. Compare this to Halle Bailey's Little Mermaid experience. While there was controversy, Bailey herself avoided personal backlash, leading to a more united fan base. Zegler, on the other hand, has faced months of PR disasters that many believe directly hurt the film's chances. Aside from Zegler's damage control, Disney is avoiding major press events, like canceling the London premiere to minimize controversy. The studio even had Zegler and Gal Gadot present together at the Oscars to subtly boost their film's visibility. But that move also backfired, as it reignited online discussions about Zegler's past political statements regarding Gadot's home country. At this point, the backlash is too strong to ignore. The movie's box office projections have already plummeted from $65 million to $48 million, $58 million. And with a reported $250 million budget, it's looking like a financial disaster. So, what do you think? Is Disney's new marketing approach too little, too late? Or do you think Snow White still has a chance? Let me know in the comments. With Snow White only weeks away from release, Disney's marketing strategy is in full force. But instead of winning fans over, it's only stirring more controversy. Disney sent Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot to present an award at the Oscars, hoping to boost visibility for the film. But instead, it brought back past controversy, reminding fans of Zegler's previous political statements involving Gadot's home country. While this wasn't Disney's intention, optics matter, and social media immediately reignited discussions about Zegler's past comments. Instead of shifting focus to the film itself, the moment reopened old wounds, making it clear that Snow White is still a divisive topic. Despite the negativity, some believe the controversy could actually drive box office interest. People who might not have cared about Snow White before may now be curious, not to support it, but to see if it's really as bad as the backlash suggests. Historically, few movies have had such an unpredictable box office outlook. While Disney has a built-in family audience, it's unclear if that will be enough to overcome the damage done by months of bad press. So, what do you think? Will the backlash crush Snow White at the box office, or could controversy actually make it a surprise? Success? Let me know in the comments. As Snow White nears its theatrical release, the controversy surrounding the film hasn't died down. In fact, it might be one of the biggest factors in determining whether this movie sinks or swims at the box office. There's been a lot of talk online about boycotting the film, with critics urging audiences not to support Disney's controversial Remake. But as we've seen with past movies, some people who dislike the movie might still buy a ticket just to hate watch it, wanting to see if it's really as bad as they expect. Others might support the film out of spite, pushing back against the backlash. And of course, families who are unaware of the controversy may simply take their kids to see the new Snow White, as they would with any other Disney release. This situation is particularly disappointing because Disney was on a bit of a comeback streak. Inside Out 2 is looking like a major win, Deadpool and Wolverine has massive hype, and Daredevil is getting positive buzz. But with Snow White, the movie industry is once again divided. At this point, it's almost impossible to predict whether Snow White will flop or unexpectedly succeed. The only thing that's certain, this movie has sparked more debate than any Disney remake in recent memory. So, what do you think? Will Snow White be a box office disaster, or could controversy drive curiosity and ticket sales?